Hi there, welcome. I'm Antoinette. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Every month I host an open collaboration called Antonette's Vignettes. There is a different theme every month, and for February 2022, the theme is Vintage or Victorian Valentine Vignette. I'm so excited about that theme. And every month I have a different co-host. I'm so happy to have Nicole Northgarden Home and Garden as my host this month. I knew I wanted her particularly for this month, not only because I've wanted to co-host with her, I've worked in the past with her on clean and decorate collaborations and tiered tray collaborations. And I was really hoping she would co-host Antonette's Vignettes with me, so I'm so happy. And I really wanted to do a vintage theme for Valentine's, so I was so thrilled when she agreed to do February's Antonette's Vignettes with me. So Nicole, thank you so much. I'm so thrilled. I always like working with you. You are such a down-to-earth and kind and good person. It comes through, and I'm so thrilled to know you. And I'm going to be linking Nicole's channel link in my description box, along with the playlist link for this collaboration. So come along with me as I style two vignettes. The first one will be my take on Victorian, and the second one will be my take on vintage. I am certainly not an expert on either one of these styles. I did my best. Nicole loves vintage. You must check out what she does. I can't wait to see what she does, and I can't wait to see what everyone does. Thank you for visiting. If you participated, thank you so, so much. And now let's get to decorating. So I'm starting off our first vignette, which is the Victorian vignette, right here on my coffee table with this great burgundy runner here. It does not look burgundy on camera, I don't think, but it's a true burgundy in person. And I think this is going to be a great base for our vignette. And you see creases and wrinkles. I am such a preacher of ironing our linens before we use them, but this is going to be so covered that I really don't think we're going to see those creases and wrinkles. And I do like to take the easy way out whenever I can. On top of the burgundy runner, I've placed this beautiful lacy crocheted doily. It's oval shaped. It takes up almost the whole length of the runner. And I love this piece. This was given to me by my mother with a few other doilies that are really beautiful. Definitely older pieces that could be used in my vintage display, but I think this has a really beautiful Victorian feel to it. This past Christmas, my husband and I received this great basket filled with gourmet crackers and dips and chocolates. All that food is long gone, but left behind is this great basket. And I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful to try to contain most of the vignette to the inside of this basket? It has cardboard in it. It has this great sort of crepe paper, burgundy fabric here on top, and that is going to look lovely with items placed on top of it. Here's another great little doily from my mom, of course, and I placed that just kind of messy off to the side there, and I really like how that looks draping off of the basket. So right over the doily or on the doily, I've placed one of my most favorite picture frames, this beautiful, sort of ruffly, kind of ornate picture frame in gold. I have pink paper in the background, and on top of that, yet another doily. To the side, I have this, believe it or not, a ring. It's a plastic children's ring, and I saved it from a few Valentines ago. And although it's not an expensive piece of decor or anything like that, I think it looks really quite cute just right there. It's the perfect little added touch. Off to the side, I have two red roses, not real, just artificial roses that are just coming off to the side of our display. Behind our gold picture frame, I have this great platter. I purchased this at HomeSense a few years ago. This is one of my favorite heart-shaped plates. I love the large roses. These roses look very Victorian to me. I do wish for the purpose of this display that perhaps the pink was a bit different, but I think maybe it works, and especially because I have pink paper in that picture frame, but I'll show you how I do bring in a little more pink into this vignette. So this piece here is part of a collection that I used to own. I do believe I got rid of so many of the pieces of the collection. I quite regret it now. This is gorgeous. These are two little angels, a boy and a girl, so old world and quite Victorian looking, I think, as far as what Victorian means to me. And I just love this. I think it's very appropriate. And in front of that, I just used the bow that came with this basket. You can see I've just left the ribbon hanging off of the bow and just sort of let it fall where it may. And so our little vignette is coming along nicely, but not done just yet. What I brought in to tie the pink in from these two pieces was this great rose. You can see it's a stem. It's wrapped around the basket, and then I've hidden the stem with this great gold patinaed ornate little candle holder that I've had forever, and a great little burgundy, or not so little, it's a pillar candle, nice burgundy pillar candle there off to the side, and that sort of finishes off this look quite nicely. And at the end of this video, I will show you a nice reveal of the two vignettes together. On my side table here in the family room, I have this beautiful white crochet doily to start off our vintage vignette. Here I have 3 cylinder boxes in this very buttery, creamy color with beautiful pink roses all over. These definitely have a vintage feel, and they are vintage. They are actually from the 1990s. I knew that for this vintage vignette, I wanted to bring in this plate stand, and I thought, what could I use that would be appropriate? So I did just recently purchase these chargers you see at the back there, and these dishes are called Travertine Rose. They're by Mikasa. I've had these now for 29 years, and that is officially vintage. And I thought, well, they are vintage technically, and the color I think goes great with what I will be doing here. And so I've simply placed the charger and the plate in this plate stand, and I think they're going to be a nice little backdrop. Here I have this very, very pale pink picture frame in the shape of a heart with this absolutely beautiful bow on top. I love this look. What I did was I simply took a piece of lace that is very floral there. I put it over some pink paper, and I think it fills in that picture frame really beautifully. A pretty little cream colored heart-shaped plate with some beautiful pink ribbon intertwined in it. The last piece I have for our vintage Valentine vignette is this rose. It is just like the rose that we used in the Victorian vignette. And this is my way of tying in the two vignettes together. So I have the beautiful Victorian, and off to the side here, the very pretty vintage. Now, I'm not an expert on vintage. That would be my co-host, Nicole. So you'll have to ask her, did Antoinette do an okay job? I tried to use vintage pieces where I could, and my Victorian vignette really is what Victorian is to me. So now I'll give you a look at the two together. Oh goodness, I almost forgot this amazing little trinket box. It's just adorable, and I couldn't wait to use it. I can't believe I almost forgot about it. It is by Spode, and it is called Billingsley Rose Spray. My apologies, I had to take that off camera so I could read it. But doesn't this go perfectly with this display with the pink rose right next to it, the pink roses on our boxes, and then all the pink happening here.